So here we go with our first jumper, Ayane Miyazaki of Japan. 20-year-old from Nagano gets us underway here at the Lake Placid FISU Winter Games. And it's a nice jump. The judges, remember, looking for technique as well as distance. And that was 57.5 she's been given. Looked a little bit further than that to me. So she was just inside the distance there and gets 97.9 points. It's much stronger up at the top of the slope. Seems to be settling. And so Haruka Kasai of Japan gets into position. She jumped the furthest in the test run earlier on. If she matches her distance of 91.5, that will put her in the lead. You can see the flag there has settled, and that's the go.
Really nice looking, stable in run position and a big jump.
Nice style, solid.
Oh, that's gonna be really close.
So it'd be interesting to see how the judges score that. I think that might make the difference. She got 86 meters. So short of the K point. But it was good enough. 114 points. That puts her top of the pile. So at the moment, Haruka Kasai is first. Miyazaki sits second, and Joanna Kill of Poland is in third. So our final jumper in the women's competition is Yuna Kasai, 18 years old. So the green light is on. They have 10 seconds to launch themselves. Once the green light goes on, that's what she's done. Right ski slightly off to one side, but she brought it back. Solid landing.
Really going to be interesting. We're going to know any second here.
The distance was 80 meters. So 80 meters is well under what she jumped in the training runs earlier on today. But what do the judges make of her style? She's got herself 100.5 points. That is a good score, and that puts her in second place. Individual Gunderson, that's confirmation of the results. Wow, Japan first, second and third. I did tell you they were a strong team. Poland in fourth, Sana Azagami of Japan in fifth, and Tess Arnone in sixth place. Two twin sisters, Haruka Kasai and Yuna Kasai, to head off and race their own race, 54 seconds between them. But you've got to wonder, can Joanna Kill of Poland catch Ayane Miyazaki of Japan? Tess Arnone has it all to do, and although she starts sixth with a 5-minute, 11-second handicap, the judges have decided to use the wave start, so it basically means she'll start 3 minutes behind the leading skier. It's an interesting and picturesque course through the forests of Mount Van Hoevenberg, and the first skier is off. Haruka Kasai, representing Japan, sprints off the start line with a 54-second advantage, and she's got to make the most of it. Uphill to start with, it finishes with a pretty fast downhill, this course. And you can see the track's been treated by the cats, and it has been tested by the track testers as well. We were watching them going around, just making sure everything was safe and fair on the track. 10 seconds and the next one will be released. Year-old Yuna Kasai starts her cross-country lap. Japanese athlete holding silver medal position. Ayane Miyazaki just a few seconds behind. It's going to be an interesting battle, certainly for second and third. It'll also be fascinating to see if those two athletes, the two Japanese athletes, can chase down the leading woman. Joanna Kill of Poland is off. She'll be leaving about a minute after Miyazaki's start. Joanna Kill with the number 4 bib on the right-hand side there as we look at the start line. It's a fantastic venue, this. One of the legacy venues of the 1980 Olympic Games. Joanna Kill begins her pursuit of a medal. Can she catch third-placed Miyazaki to make it bronze? It'll be about 45 seconds before we see the American athletes set off. Here's our leader, making a lonely road through the race, through this track, and I suspect if all goes well for her, barring disaster, that is a shot that we're going to see throughout the race. Haruka Kasai out on her own. But Tess Arnone, who didn't have the best of jumps earlier on today, gets her race underway finally. And for her, it's very much a race for pride. Show what she can do.
Keep her out of course ahead of the leaders, and she will do
19 years old, the youngest competitor of the 6 women.
The pioneer of the sport. She attended the first Women's World Championships and is a veteran of the World Cup.
Ayane Miyazaki making her way to the top of one of the climbs. They'll put in a total climb of 87 meters on this track. Leader out in front, untroubled. It's been about 4 hours since they completed the ski jump round. Time to get food on board, get fed and watered, have a rest, have some physio, maybe some massage. Most importantly, to make sure the technicians have prepared their skis perfectly for the conditions. So this is a very fast downhill part of the course. Fast enough to get into a squat. If you've ever used cross-country skis, you know how difficult it is to keep them under control at speed downhill. So very little time difference between the two leading women. In fact, it's almost exactly as they started. Miyazaki has reached the first intermediate stage, a minute 28 behind, so she's lost time on the leader. Lost a good 24 seconds. But of course, she's still doing that uphill climb that Kasai is now long past, and she has the advantage of going downhill as well. So we'll get a better idea as they complete the first lap of 2 as to where everybody actually stands. Joanna Kill of Poland. 2 minutes 2 seconds behind, so no change there. It does mean that the pole is closing in on third place Japanese. So here comes our leader back into the stadium. 1 lap almost completed already. Into the stadium. Needing little adjustments using the skis to steady up control. It's all about balancing speed with control. We've seen plenty of Japanese support in this Nordic combined. They were out at the ski jump, and now we can hear the Japanese fans supporting their athletes at this venue, Van Hoevenberg. This is Ayana Miyazaki coming in to the grandstand now towards the stadium finish. Second lap, this is where it starts getting tough. This is where you start feeling the muscles, where you start screaming for breath. But Kasai, or Haruka Kasai, just needs to keep up the pace. She's got plenty of breathing space. She's got to keep the pressure on if she doesn't want to see her twin sister catch her. The time difference coming into the stadium between Haruka and Yuna is pretty much how they started the race, around 58 seconds. It's been a solid, controlled, confident lap so far for Haruka Kasai. Untroubled. It's just about now playing it safe, making sure she doesn't pick up an injury. And Yuna Kasai trying desperately to close the gap on her sister, but it hasn't changed since the start of the race. So it's looking like it's going to be a 1-2 for Haruka and Yuna. looking towards the back. Tessa Arnone, the 19-year-old American, now 9 minutes behind. That includes, obviously, her time handicap. But positions at the moment: Haruka Kasai, Yuna Kasai, Miyazaki of Japan, so it remains Japan 1, 2, 3. Then comes Kill of Poland and Arnone of the USA. As we focus on our leading athlete. She makes her way through some of this stunning forest. Really unique to the Adirondack. It's a huge, huge national park, the Adirondack Mountains. Someone was telling me that Yosemite and Yellowstone Park could both fit inside the Adirondack Park. It is a stunning, wild place. Well, we're watching two of the brightest hopes in Nordic combined for Japan. Haruka and Yuna Kasai, twin sisters that at the moment are taking this competition by storm. 50 seconds now, the difference between them. So on this second lap, Yuna has dropped 8 seconds, have taken 8 seconds off the leader. Straight after this, we will have the men's individual Gundersen cross country, 10 kilometers, so they'll complete 4 laps. Here's Miyazaki. She's lost time from the start. She's dropping further and further back, about 30 seconds behind the leader now, or increased the difference, I should say, by 30 seconds. And Haruka Kasai comes into the stadium and begins to get closer and closer, begins the run-in to the finish line. Her jumping earlier today was really fantastic. It was confident, and I mean, she landed so much further than her compatriots and the other women. But here we are, the first gold medal in the Nordic combined goes to Haruka Kasai of Japan with an absolutely dominant performance, both in the ski jumping and in the cross country. She's hardly lost any time on her pursuers. The other Kasai comes into the stadium now. You can see she's beginning to hurt. She knows it's just a few seconds to the finish. She's got to stay in control. She doesn't want to fall. And she does have plenty of breathing space, plenty of time between herself and her chasing compatriot Miyazaki. And Yuna Kasai sprints to the finish line to take silver in the individual Gundersen. A good jump from her and a good cross-country finish. And that is gold and silver to the Kasai twin sisters, the 18-year-old bright stars of Japanese Nordic combined. Now, we're going to have a third-place finish for Japan as well. It certainly looks that way. Ayane Miyazaki should be entering the stadium very shortly. Here she comes. Well, she started 1 minute and 4 seconds further back, so she hasn't been able to close the gap at all on second and first place. But you can see just how much she's pushed it through these 5 kilometers. But look at that, how close is the pole, Joanna Kill, and she's really putting the pressure on now. Can Miyazaki keep that distance? It looks like she's going to be good as she sprints to the finish line. The last few meters are going to be hers, and it's bronze for Japan and Ayane Miyazaki. But what a brave finish from Joanna Kill. Another half lap, and I think the pole could have taken a podium finish. So relief at last for these 3 Japanese athletes who have really stormed this competition. Well done to them, the Kasai sisters and Miyazaki. First, second and third for Japan. What a great performance. So a big hug. And they're arranging themselves conveniently into a podium position with Haruka in the middle, our gold medalists. Yuna, her sister, takes silver.
In second place, representing Japan, Yuna Kazai.
Well, what a day for Japan, taking all 3 medals. Miyazaki Ayane with the bronze, Yuna Kasai with silver. And we talk about a great day for Japan. It's a fantastic day as well for the Kasai family.
Representing Japan, your champion, Haruka Kasai.
Gold and silver for the 2 twin sisters from Japan.
Lake Placid 2023 FISU World University Games winners.